Hey guys, Saiyan here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are going to be taking a look at AGL TURLES on Raditz's team. So I talked about it a little bit in the Raditz videos that we did before TURLES came out, and I have briefly mentioned it in at least one of the TURLES EZA videos, that TURLES was definitely a useful piece for the Raditz team that was missing, because obviously Raditz came out first. TURLES, of course, not from the Saiyan saga, but Raditz's secondary leader skill is pure Saiyans, and of course TURLES is a space traveling warrior. So TURLES gets the 200% leader skill on this team, but of course, hang on, let me just grab these, right? So yeah, TURLES gets the 200% leader skill. He links up reasonably well with Raditz, so I think they share like 4 links, which is definitely not too bad. Obviously, if you're fighting a super type enemy, TURLES is going to be giving all allies attack and defense 40%, which is a pretty significant amount. Now, obviously, the main issue with TURLES, as we've seen in things like the red zone, is if you're against an extreme enemy, you obviously do not get those buffs. And of course, on this team, depending on how you want to build it out, TURLES is not from the Saiyan saga. So, for example, he shares a couple of links with Nappa here, but Nappa's not providing him with any support because they are not Saiyan saga units. So let's do these. So basically what we're doing here is we're trying out Raditz's team, or TURLES' team. No, it is Raditz's team. Raditz's team with TURLES. Man, I keep getting all these low-class Saiyans. The two of them, they couldn't be more different, right? TURLES is so good. One of the best, like, EZA TURs on Global at the moment. And then Raditz is, like, the worst Dokkan Fest exclusive to come out on Global for quite a while. So the two units are very different. I don't know why I keep saying one's name instead of the other, but obviously, even when you are against an extreme class enemy, TURLES is still good, right? He's still going to be hitting very high attack stats. He still supports everybody for attack. And it's one of the reasons why TURLES is just so good in general, because he supports all allies. It doesn't matter the typing, it doesn't matter the category, he supports all allies. So the only downside, of course, for Raditz is he doesn't have the best links with a lot of the units that are actually on his team. Which is unfortunate. Like, Grade 8 Vegeta is such a good unit on this team. I really like him. I feel like he was under-evaluated after he came out on JB. I saw a lot of people saying that he just really wasn't very good. And obviously, Kaioken Goku's super powerful. He's like the main one that you wanted to go for. But in the time that I've been using this Grade 8 Vegeta, mine's only 55%. And I do actually think that he is pretty good. The only problem is, of course, on this like Saiyan Saga team, is that he shares one link with Raditz. He doesn't have like a really good link partner on this team, who is a very good unit as well. That's the problem. So if you want to start like taking him into more difficult content and stuff like that, he really needs a much more viable link partner. Because obviously there is the LR, Nappa and Vegeta, but obviously they are not particularly good. Let's see how much Raditz takes here. We've got the super off. Yes, he still takes 100k. Oof. The friend one is 55%, but we're getting that support from the version Z Goku. Now, this is a good rotation for Raditz. He obviously shares a couple of links with Nappa. The enemy is below 50% HP. And so TURLES just kind of ends up becoming like a floating unit on this team, which seems crazy when you think about how good like TURLES is, right? Like, he is better than Nappa and Raditz, but if you have him on this team floating in slot 3, he's going to help shore up those issues that the team can have. I mean, look at that, Raditz hitting a 7 million attack stat. He has basically got like almost 80% support on this rotation, but there you go. Those are the kind of attack stats that we would want Raditz to be hitting with like one support unit, but you know, it is what it is. Now, obviously, these two, we've got the two Part 2 LRs together. They only share Legendary Power and Shattering the Limit, which isn't particularly great, but obviously you could run them as a rotation if you really wanted to. And then, you know, you're going to get TURLES floating in slot 3, giving them extra ki. It's the main reason why TURLES is a must-run unit on all of his teams, basically. Because you can just have him floating in slot 3, and he's going to give that extra bit of ki, he's going to give the extra attack, and then defense if it's a super class unit. So it kind of allows you to get away with rotations that maybe don't have the best synergy. Because obviously here, for example, like Grade 8 Vegeta and Kaioken Goku, they only share 2 links, Legendary Power and Shattering the Limit. So not a huge amount of extra like stat gained off of that. But by having Turles in slot 3, it doesn't really matter if they're missing out on a few of their better links, because even against an extreme enemy, he's going to be giving them 40% extra attack, which is obviously going to be looking very good. We'll get to see that on the next rotation with them, where we'll have these two LRs together and then Raditz in slot 3. Hopefully we can get onto like a fresh fade. Yeah, we should be able to finish off this turn, right? So we'll keep my Raditz on rotation. Mine has 2 dupes. Refuses to get to full level 10 links. Nightmare is still at level 8. Everything else is at level 10. So Raditz is so bad he can't even be link leveled correctly. But we got 154k defense start of turn. Not great, but as long as we don't get supered in slot 1 here, we should be fine. And then what kind of attack stat do we get here? 6.1. So that's him with 2 dupes linked up with Nappa. He gets like 3 links. Nappa's giving, was it 37% support from 1 super type enemy? So not too bad. But this is where we're going to see, oh well, Grey 8 Vegeta is literally just going to GG everybody here, isn't he? Because he's going to get hit in slot 1. How well does he link up with Turles? Of course, we have to click through the 50 million passive abilities. How well does he link up with Turles? They just have Saiyan Warrior Race, okay. So, yeah, we're only going to have the 2 links, but let's see. We're going to get hit in slot 1, so he's going to get extra key. But, I mean, I'm going to grab these because I want to drop all the STR orbs down. So, both the LRs having full 24 key supers. We're not getting any defensive support on this rotation, though, but they should be perfectly fine. Turles is just sat there chilling, 175k 175k defense. So let's go ahead and see what Vegeta can do here. This is with only 2 links active and the support from Turles. Obviously he's getting hit in slot 1, so he's getting his buff. And then what is he hitting here? 7.1, and this is my Vegeta's 55%. So yeah, Turles really helps you with fixing up these issues with the way some of these units link up together, because like Goku and Piccolo are another really good example. Goku and Piccolo, probably in a vacuum, one of the most powerful units on the Saiyan Saga team, if not the most powerful. But the problem is, they don't really share like good links with anybody. They link up with Nappa, I think, is like their best link partner, with like 4 links or something. So he has 270k defense at the start of the turn. We're obviously not going to be able to do enough damage to get Raditz's 50%. Although, let's use Goku's active skill, actually. So,
I don't think he can fight anymore.
Yeah, we're still not going to be anywhere near close enough. Maybe if Raditz gets like an additional, him and Nappa together, like his first attack might be enough to drop him below 50%. And then if Raditz gets an additional super, but my Nappa is only 55%, so obviously his attack stats are not too high. But defensively, like now after supering, he's like well over 300. Actually, how much was his defense start of turn? He's over like 350k, I think, at the moment. So that's pretty good. But then, unfortunately, Raditz, when the enemy is above 50% HP, unfortunately, Raditz is not looking all that impressive when it comes to the damage. Version Z Goku out here. I mean, he's an LR, but he's a free-to-play LR. And he's not getting the 200% leader skill because he's not a space-traveling warrior. And he's just out here putting out higher attack stat than Raditz. So, you shouldn't take too much damage from this, right? 66k. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and do this. How well do you link up with Goku? Again, just wow, the friend was only level 1 links. This was the only Raditz friend available when I jumped into the event. 55%. And yeah, they not a lot of links. Also, we've run out of turns for the Goku passive. We can't get enough key for Raditz to super. So, I mean, Turles definitely helps, but you can see he certainly doesn't fix all of the issues on the team, that's for sure. Now, if we get a full heal off of the Dokkan attack, that means we're not going to see Raditz transform, Turles transform, which is ideal because we want that extra support. Because the final stage is against Gohan, who of course is a super type enemy, so Turles is going to be giving the extra 40% to defense, and we'll see what that rotation looks like. Because this is going to be my Raditz with the 2 dupes linked up with Nappa. I love this KO screen as well for Great 8 Vegeta. So good. So yeah, let's see what's our boy got here. I guess we could put, because in slot 1, you have those. Is it Saiyan lineage you get? Oh, wow. Nappa doesn't have prepared for battle. Crazy. Alright, well, there you go. So, Turles chilling at 213. Raditz has got 184k. Nappa's at 360k defense at the start of the turn, thanks to the buff from Turles. So, let's go ahead. We might as well, let's actually put the animation on. We might as well. Let's do Raditz's active skill here.
That all, huh? Is it my turn now? Time to show you what real power looks like.
I mean, if nothing else, Raditz's active skill looks pretty damn cool, I have to say. But no crit, so 2 million damage. I mean, it's not the best, not the worst. And then we'll go ahead and do this. So let's see, how much damage can we do in this one turn? Yeah, see, Nappa 2.27. Not great with all the support that he's got, but he's not an offensive unit because his defense is what, like nearly 500k or something at this point? And then 4.3. I mean, to be fair, the problem is we got like double support units, but that's the kind of attack stat that I would want him to hit when the enemy's above 50% HP, but like with no support on the rotation. And to be fair, probably even at like maybe 55% or like 1 dupe, because mine's 2 dupes and almost full level 10 links. So 4 million attack stat when you've got essentially 2 40% support units on the rotation. I know Nappa only gives 37%, but I mean it's close enough. So it's a bit crazy that it's still so low. But I mean, that's nothing we haven't gone over already on the channel. We've talked about Raditz and his shortcomings many times before, but Turles getting his EZA, I feel like if you are going to run Raditz's team in almost any event, Turles is probably like an auto pick to go on that team and either be a floating support unit, or you could keep him on rotation with Raditz and they would work fairly well together. Obviously Raditz is one of those units that really does like need a support unit, I guess, with him in order for him to really look his best. So haven't seen this Goku's 12 key super all that often, so I guess it's good to get to see that every now and then. It's pretty damn cool, actually. And then version Z Goku. Version Z Goku's aged reasonably well as like a support for some of these teams. He doesn't get the 200% leader skill, so obviously he's not the best, but not too bad. So let's see. Raditz actually going to have his buff now. The enemy is below 50% HP. We only have the support from Nappa, and that's what we're looking at, 154k defense. Still not too crazy, but let's go ahead and see what we get here out of our boy. He should finish off Gohan. 16k in slot 1's not great. 6.12. So there you go. I mean, Raditz still very mid, but Turles feels like a very essential piece of the puzzle for his team. He definitely makes a pretty significant improvement, not just to the attack and defense of everybody, but that 3 key really can't be understated when you have a team as wonky as Raditz's when it comes to like links and stuff like that. So it allows you to run rotations that maybe don't have as great key and run some of these good like Saiyan Saga LRs without having to worry too much. That was the one thing I feel like this team really was missing, was like a really, really good slot 3 floating support unit. So let me know what you guys think down below of the Raditz and Turles combo. Have you tried him out on Raditz's team? I know a lot of people didn't even summon for Raditz, but let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.